These Chinese AI labs are on fire. With the release of GLM 4.6 and Deepseek 3.2, they are just a few steps behind Sonnet 4.5. And I say few steps, I mean small steps behind. So in this video, I just want to go over the benchmarks as well as comparing these two models side by side, using them to build a new feature into my Claude Maestro application, which is an orchestrator for multiple Claude Code instances. By the end of this video, you'll also know how I use these two models inside of Claude Code and how I set all that up. Apparently, in my previous video, there were people complaining that I didn't explain clearly enough. So hopefully in this video, I will do a better job. With that, let's get to it. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but there seems to be some discrepancies between Z.AI and artificial analysis benchmarks. With Live Code Bench, GLM 4.6 is coming out on top, while here on artificial analysis, GLM 4.6 is coming last when it's paired against Claude Sonnet 4.5 and Deepseek 3.2. I don't know what to make of it. Honestly, I don't really care too much about benchmarks. I just thought I showed this here anyway. What really matters is getting my hands on it and using it for myself. And that's exactly what we're about to do later in the video. So make sure to stay tuned for that. To use GLM and Deepseek models with Claude Code 2.0, you need to be able to generate the API keys. Make sure you save these somewhere. We'll need them in just a bit. First thing we'll need to do is, depending if you are using Z Shell or Bash, you'll need to find the corresponding files. So for me, I'm using Z Shell. I'm going to locate the Z profile as well as the .zhrc file. And this is going to be used to override our anthropic environment variables to change the underlying model that Claude Code uses. Opening up the Z profile, you can see here that I have added a few environment variables here. There's a bunch of ZAI environment variables as well as Deepseek environment variables. This is where you are going to use those API keys you just generated. The most important thing here is to make sure that the ZAI and Deepseek URL are correct, as well as the auth token, which is the API key we've just generated. And then we'll also want to define the model we want to use. For Z-AI model, we're going to use GLM 4.6. And for Deepseek model, we will be using Deepseek Reasoner. According to Deepseek documentation, you'll also need a few other environment variables, as I've defined here, which is API timeout milliseconds, as well as Deepseek small fast model, which is set to Deepseek chat, and the Deepseek Claude Code disable non-essential traffic and set that to 1. Now that these are set, they are currently not overriding anthropic environment variables. How do we use the environment variables we have just defined right here to override the ones that's used by Claude Code? We can do that by going to our .zhrc file. Obviously, if you're using Bash, it'll be bash rc file. I have defined two new aliases. The first one is going to be ZC, and this is going to launch Claude Code using the Z.AI environment variables, therefore setting Claude Code's default model to GLM 4.6. And if we take a look at the string here, we are in overriding anthropic base URL, anthropic auth token, and then we're just going to pass Claude as well as the dangerously skip permission flag, because that's how I like to launch my Claude Code instances. As for Deepseek, I am doing the exact same thing, overriding the anthropic base URL, anthropic auth token. For this time, we're overriding the API timeout milliseconds as well, the anthropic model, anthropic small fast model, as well as Claude Code disable non-essential traffic. We're going to append in Claude and dangerously skip permissions again. If you have not restarted your terminal, this is the time to restart it. Do it now, or else you'll regret it. And I know you're going to be in the comments being like, this doesn't work, so please restart your terminal. So here I'm using ZC command to launch Claude Code with GLM 4.6 as my default model, and you can see that it's saying GLM 4.6 right there. And if I use DC, obviously it will show Deepseek Reasoner. Now you're probably wondering, okay, but Claude Code 2.0 also has an IDE extension. What to do there if we want to change the models? Let's go ahead and set the default model for Claude Code IDE extension to GLM 4.6. We're going to copy the whole ZC alias string from our ZSHRC file, and we're going to paste all that into the Z profile. Now we're going to make sure it's all on different line. We're going to remove the appended Claude and dangerously skip permissions. We don't need that. And in front of each of these environment variables, we're just going to write export. And let's go ahead and restart our terminal and launch Claude Code like normally by typing Claude. You'll notice right away that the default model has been set to GLM 4.6. Now if we open Claude Code as an IDE extension, you'll see that GLM 4.6 is nowhere to be found. And if we ask the chat, what model are you, it's going to say Claude Sonnet 4.5. But wait, did I do something wrong? Okay, you have done nothing wrong. We've done everything correctly. All we have to do here is restart our IDE. So I'm going to restart cursor, reopen Claude Code extension, and now I'm going to type in /model, and you're going to see that GLM 4.6 is now a part of the options. I'm going to go ahead and select GLM 4.6, clear the chat, and I'm going to ask it, what model are you? And there we go. It says it is now running on GLM 4.6. Exactly what we want. And that is how you set up Claude Code 2.0 with different third-party models. Now for the meaty part of the video that you have been waiting for, the actual side-by-side comparison and figuring out which of these Chinese models are the best model for you and your coding task. The test that I will have both of these models work on is adding a new feature to my Claude Maestro application. What it's going to do is it's going to redesign this task details page so that it looks more like Cursor's agent view. The process that I'm going to be putting these models through is it's going to go through my 3-step agentic coding workflow. I'm not going to bore you with me setting up the whole process. I'm just going to show you the results. But before I do, I want to mention something really critical that I found when using these models with Claude Code. And you'll definitely run into this if you are like me and you like to input images into Claude Code for reference. These models, as of right now, does not work when you put images into Claude Code. It will hang Claude Code or give an error. This is extremely frustrating. For me, this is a complete turnoff on many levels. I like using images, especially screenshots of a mockup, to give the model a reference of what it's trying to build. Either Claude Code 2.0 changed the way they handle images, and these model providers just haven't had the time to catch up to that yet, or there's some other issues here. Let me just show you the results, and you'll see what I mean. For GLM 4.6, you can see that it did put like the code view on the right side, and in the middle there's a chat. On the left side there's like a chat history, but there's so many UI issues here. Like the chat box has completely disappeared. The top right 2 plan and code buttons are now looking very weird and completely off. The task card on the left hand side is completely clipped. Yeah, so I would say this is not really possible. Considering that I used Sonnet 4.5 on this exact same test in my previous video, this is not great at all. Let's take a look at Deepseek. Maybe that did better. Honestly, I'm gonna say it's just as terrible, unfortunately. I feel like this is the issue with not being able to give the model the image that it can use as a reference. But here we are. I think for this, GLM 4.5 did better, though honestly both are unusable for this particular purpose. Maybe the pricing will make me feel better. Deepseek 3.2 per 1 million token input cache hit at 2.8 cents, and for cache miss it's going to be 28 cents. Per 1 million output tokens will be 42 cents. I mean, these prices they're basically free. Surprisingly, for GLM 4.6, if the input is cached, then it's going to cost less than Deepseek. However, if it's not, then it's going to cost more than Deepseek. As for the output token, GLM 4.6 costs significantly more than Deepseek 3.2. If I'm to evaluate this mainly for coding, obviously I would be using the GLM coding plan. I personally, for me, I'm not going to be using GLM 4.6 or Deepseek 3.2 this iteration. I just don't like it how they work with Claude Code 2.0. It doesn't hit the spot for me. I feel like there's a lot of hype around it, but the actual result is kind of mediocre compared to the new Sonnet 4.5 that just came out. But maybe down the line, when it can actually understand images, input from Claude Code, then we'll see. But again, your mileage may vary, your experience may be different from mine. If it is, please leave a comment down below and I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. And if you're curious about the tests I ran on Sonnet 4.5 and Opus 4.1, comparing both of these models, then you'll definitely want to check out this video next. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Peace.